This is Mad Movie Mark on Mad Movie Mark Movie Review. Thank you for joining me as I review the 1975 Russian Tarkovsky movie Mirror.
Хорошо.
Hey, thank you. I think it's pretty great too. Mirror has a 100% fresh rating from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes and a 91% fresh rating from the audience. I am currently reviewing every movie that has a 100% fresh rating from the critics. This is the third Tarkovsky movie that I have reviewed that's 100% fresh. The other two were Stalker and Ivan's Childhood, and I think that Mirror is just so much better than the other two. So much better. And it was a breath of fresh air because I know Tarkovsky is widely renowned. He is loved by millions of people. He is considered to be a lot of cinephiles' favorite director of all time, but man, did I have a hard time getting through Stalker. Now, Stalker is based off a book, and I thought there was a lot of things lost in translation with that movie. It was a little confusing. I thought it was incredibly slow, and even though it has great cinematography, I just couldn't get into it. And then Ivan's Childhood, also fantastic cinematography, but I thought it was also slow and not enough backstory to the characters. But Mirror is so much different, and a movie like this will never be made again. Because a movie like this, you have to take in the movie. There's no conventional plot. It's non-linear. It's just a bunch of dreams and memories. So it's not something that people with attention spans of today will probably be able to get through. It is a tough watch to get through if you don't like these type of movies. If you just like Marvel movies where you're just kind of fed everything and you don't have to think, then this is definitely a movie that you're going to absolutely hate. But this movie basically has everything. It has a fantastic acting performance from Margarita Tarakova, who plays both the mother and the wife in this movie, and she just does such a phenomenal job. I've been blown away lately by actresses in foreign films, whether it be from Three Colors Red, Knights of Cabiria, Through a Glass Darkly. Women who do these foreign films are just absolutely phenomenal actresses, and I've never heard of any of them really until I watched these movies. I'm like, why have I never heard of these actresses before? They're so fantastic. But anyway, Mirror is about a 40-year-old man who is on his deathbed, and he's reliving his life through a series of dreams and memories. And these dreams and memories aren't in any particular order. It's just like as he's thinking about them, they're kind of firing off from his head. And I absolutely love that part of the movie, that there is no real plot, there is no linear progression. It's just really a bunch of different scenes in the movie that are works of art. The cinematography is absolutely spectacular. There's one particular scene in the beginning where a barn is burning and everyone's just kind of sitting around watching it. That could be a painting. It's so phenomenal. I don't know how he does the camera work that he does, but it is absolutely amazing. Later on, there's a scene with, I believe it's his wife or his mother. I don't remember. I think it's his mother, where she's in this room and it's just completely like falling apart. And it's really like what you would see in a dream, because in a dream, it's not always like everything's perfect. Sometimes maybe there's a room falling apart or something, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's just so well done. The way you can get inside this guy's head and see what he's thinking and what he's dreaming, I was completely blown away by this movie. Now, the mother in this movie, her the mother of the narrator, her husband goes to war, and they're not sure if he's ever going to come back. And it's just basically her raising her son by herself. And there's a lot of maternal parts in this movie where he thinks a lot about his mother and his dreams and in his memories. A lot of the movie is about her, and then also him thinking about his wife as well. And it's just done so beautifully. Like, it's hard it's hard to do a review of this movie because usually I talk about the plot. Usually I summarize the entire movie and then tell you what I think about it. But it's really hard for me to do that here. You really have to watch it and take in this movie. It's not really even a movie, it's like an experience, really. Um, and I think Tarkovsky said that when he was creating this movie, he wasn't doing it like he wasn't creating it in the fashion of a movie. It was more like a song that he was using to create this movie. And Tarkovsky's dad in real life is a poet, and he reads his poetry throughout this movie, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a feeling that you get when you watch this movie. You are drawn into this movie and you are sucked into this movie, even though you might not have any idea of what's going on, which you probably won't. You have no idea why these events are happening in front of you and why they're transpiring, but you also don't care. And that's really hard to do because normally for non-linear movies, I struggle a little bit, to be honest. If a movie is too complex, I could also struggle a lot. Like the Maltese Falcon, there's just tons of things going on in the Maltese Falcon, and I get things confused, and it's hard for me to focus. Normally, this is the type of movie that I absolutely hate, but he just does it so beautifully that it's impossible to hate this movie. It's impossible to not love this movie. It's just so gorgeous. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I was awestruck watching this movie transpire in front of me and watch it happen and watch these different stories and different dreams and different memories happen. And I'm excited just talking about it. I need to watch this movie again because I guarantee you this is the type of movie that you can watch it three, four, five, 20 times, and each time you're going to find something different from it, and you're going to get something different from it, just because it's that kind of movie. Absolute work of art. Tarkovsky. I'm sorry I didn't like the other two movies that I reviewed of yours, but I am so happy that I watched this movie. And to be perfectly honest, if I wasn't following a list, a Rotten Tomatoes list, where I'm watching all the movies at 100% fresh, I probably wouldn't have given this movie a chance because I saw Stalker, I saw Ivan's Childhood, I wasn't a huge fan of either one. I probably would have just left him as a director and never gone back to him. And I'm really glad that I didn't because this is going to be probably one of my favorite movies of all time, if I'm going to be honest. It's definitely a 10 out of 10. It's going to be a very high 10 out of 10. Yeah, I'm really, really happy and glad that I watched it, and I recommend everyone out there watch it. It's something that you should experience at least once in your life. Phenomenal. I can't praise this movie anymore than I already have. It's just that good. It's so great. I hope you join me next time when I review a movie called, I think it's called Sierra Cuevos. I'm not sure about that translation, that the way that's pronounced. I'll have to figure that out. But hope you join me for my next review. Thank you. Have a great day.